Last 10 seconds. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Slowly bring your awareness back to your physical body, the room you're sitting in, and your surroundings. Gently place both your palms over your eyes. Just absorb the energy for a couple of seconds, and you may open your eyes whenever you're ready. Please drink some water, friends. Hope you all had a very good session with the wonderful music. So we will go to the article as promised. Trust in relationship. Why is it important and how to build it? Trust in relationships is key to its growth. Consider what it might be like to live a life without trust. You want to share a secret with your spouse, but feel unsure. Your spouse checks their messages from a friend, and you think they are lying, and so on. Relationships are difficult to maintain. Every minute of your life becomes a nightmare if you don't trust each other. In fact, a relationship without trust is quite chaotic and becomes dysfunctional. This post elaborates on the necessity of trust in a relationship and how to create and rebuild it. Trust is the faith you have in someone that they will always remain loyal to you and love you. To trust someone means that you can rely on them and are comfortable confiding in them because you feel safe with them. Why is trust important in a relationship? Trust is that foundation upon which your relationship can survive the hardest of times. In fact, without trust, you cannot sustain any relationship for a long time. Lack of trust is one of the reasons for it to fall apart. Here is why trust is the driving factor in relationships. You cannot love without trusting a person. As mentioned earlier, trust is the building block of love. Just like how a child trusts her mother and thereby loves her, your partner needs to know that you are trustworthy and you won't ditch them in difficult times. This feeling is important for love to sprout and flourish. Trust helps overcome obstacles. It is the binding factor for all cracks and differences in a relationship. You know deep down that you can overcome the problems and feel safe and secure with your partner. Trust helps in healing. When you get hurt in your relationship, the deep trust that you have in your spouse helps in trauma healing. It helps control your emotions. The degree to which you trust a person determines how much of you yourself you want to give to him or her. If you are hurt or annoyed at them, it is only trust that tells you that there must be some reason behind their annoying behavior. It is reassuring. Trust gives you the reassurance that your partner loves you despite the arguments and fights you might have. That is the key to a long lasting relationship. You don't need justifications. When you trust your partner absolutely, you don't need to explain or justify everything. You know that your partner will understand and trust your actions and decisions. It teaches you about personal time and space. You don't feel insecure about giving your partner their space. In fact, trust helps you stay close in spite of the obstacles and reduces dependability. So, how do you know whether you can trust your partner or not? Open conversations, admits mistakes, shares bank account. You are their priority, listens actively, maintains eye contact, doesn't care, he or she takes care of your interests. They mingle with your family and friends. They don't mind you checking their phone. He or she is confident and comfortable. And then consistency in actions. So the next step is how to build trust in your relationship. Building trust is a two-way process. It is important to trust and equally important to be trusted. That requires mutual effort and commitment. Before building trust, you need to understand each other's expectations and what trust means to you. Here are some ways to build trust in your relationship. Admit your mistakes. It is natural to make mistakes, but owning them is not easy. The first thing on your agenda of building trust is to admit your mistakes. Don't try to cover up your mistakes. The situation becomes messier if you do. Repentance shows that you want to build trust and mutual respect. Forgive each other. And when your spouse owns up his or her mistake, be humble enough to forgive. Don't hold on to past fights. Let go, accept, and make the most of now. Earn your trust. Trust is not readily available in any relationship. You need to earn it by being accountable and taking care of your behavior and actions. Be exemplary. Behave the way you want your spouse to be. It is as simple as that. Be truthful, responsible, faithful, caring, and honest, and respect each other's personal values. All these will influence your spouse to reciprocate. Listen actively. When your spouse is talking to you, listen actively and without judging. They will also listen to you when you talk. This habit lays the foundation for establishing trust. Keep your promises. When you make a promise, make sure you stick to it. Don't make promises just for the sake of keeping your partner happy, because breaking them is one of the easiest ways to breach trust. Show interest. Know your partner's tastes and hobbies. Show your genuine interest by being inquisitive, ask questions, and learn from them. If your spouse gets the vibes of your sincerity, you will earn their trust. Be empathetic. Empathize with your partner. Understand and fulfill their needs. Try to understand their problem by putting yourself in their shoes. That can help you gain a perspective and build trust. Communicate transparently. Talk openly and honestly, and make sure that you discuss important things in person instead of texting or talking on the phone. Messages can be misinterpreted. Talking face to face is easier as you can understand each other's intentions, emotions, and body language. Resolve rifts. Address the conflicts quickly as and when they arise. Don't brush them under the carpet and let them pile up. Resolve them and move on. Clear your doubts. If you have any doubts in your relationship, talk to your partner about them instead of hesitating to ask them, as this may lead to jealousy and fights. Keep secrets. Keep your private space private. Guard your secrets and don't let outsiders intrude. Judge less, love more. Don't criticize or judge your partner. Instead, put forth your opinions in a constructive way with the intention of helping your partner grow. Support each other. Being supportive is a given in any relationship. When you provide moral and emotional support, they would want to try new things and are not hesitant to take up risks because they know that they can fall back on you for support. So there is a lot more in this article, friends. I'm going to share this and allow you to read it at your own convenience. Although this article is talking a lot about spouse relationship, you can really apply this to anything, employer employee relationship, and a doctor patient, wherever you think it fits best, you can apply and see and use these tips here. So, this is a wonderful article because trust is the basis of anything and everything. This world operates on the basis of trust. So I will share both the articles, the one before the session and this one. Please read it, implement it, and if anybody would like to share anything, please go ahead and unmute yourself. Thank you, masters.
Hello, hi, good morning.
Good morning.
Hi,
Please.
thank you so much. Beautiful meditation and a wonderful topic. I just wanted to maybe talk about self-trust because I feel like maybe one of the things that is limiting us from trusting the other person is not being able to trust ourselves in the first place.
Very true.
This is
Very true. Please go ahead.
Thank you, thank you. No, I feel like this is something that I personally got to know about myself over the years. That my inability to trust others actually stems from not being able to trust myself fully and believe in myself fully and love myself fully and be able to give myself the things that I wish to receive from other people. And once I started working on myself, it's crazy and it's very wonderful how this then reflects on my relationships, whether personally or at work, and this grace that comes from inwards towards the outside world when I cultivate this beautiful relationship with myself. I must say that it's not easy because personally, I didn't come from an upbringing or a background where I was taught to be kind to myself, or I was taught to love myself, or I was told that I am enough, or I was told that I can trust myself and I can make things happen. Um, I don't really remember growing up in an environment where I was taught this by my parents, but I do know that they did the best that they could. But now, as an adult, it's my job to teach myself these things, and this really truly helps with the ability to trust others. Thank you for giving me the opportunity to share.
Thank you, Sarah. Yes, some of it we do hold on to our own upbringing. So it is very difficult to come out of that. It is not so easy. But like you said, it's a constant work in progress. As we shape and reshape ourselves, as we try to know more about who we are, we certainly evolve. So in my mother tongue, Tamil, there is a very nice saying about the lotus flower. It grows in muddy conditions. It is absolutely coming from dirt, mud, but the flower that blossoms above the ground is spectacular. So we are also
It's
like that in
beautiful.
some ways.
Thank you so much. That's beautiful.
It
I
comes
love that.
rubbish, but when it blooms, it is such a joy for everyone. Even today, when I was in my morning walk, there is a small lake, and there in a corner, there are beautiful 10 or 12 red lotus that bloom every morning. And whenever I see that, I think of our own situations, no matter what backgrounds we come from in our childhood, whatever we are taught or not taught, we certainly can evolve and become like the lotus, is my true feeling.
Thank
So
you so
each
much.
one of
That's
us,
it's a beautiful way to look at it, actually. So yeah, thank you.
thank you, Sarah, and thanks for sharing your own experience. I see Neelima is raising her hand. Please go ahead, Neelima.
Yes. Hello, everyone. Hello, Ranjani ji. Thank you for being here and sharing this topic today. And when you have started the meditation, you have started greatly with this sentence, like how we have to trust the universe. Like we are the part of the universe. And later about the relations, and later Sarah also mentioning trusting ourselves. And this is where first we start our journey. And thanks a lot, Sarah, as well mentioning. So when we trust ourselves, we understand that how we are becoming and how we are shaping, and then we start to resonate with the other persons. Then we start to understand of how they have been undergoing through the circumstances. The most majority of the times we think that the trust is breaking because of having too many expectations also on the other person in deep within our thoughts. Once we understand that every person is unique and every person thinking is different and everyone's perspective, the way of expressing is different, then there are no at least there will be less expectations. And then when there are less expectations towards the person, that's where slowly we start to build the relation, and that's where we start to believe. And I also wanted to share this my personal experience, Ranjani ji. So trusting is not only with our beloved ones. So once there was a situation where my mind was not working at all. I was unable to think. I was unable to do my job properly, and I'm going through severe, like zero mind state. Let's put it that way. However, the only light is that I have got a job in Vijayawada itself. And that manager, that the boss which I have got, have expressed, because when I have joined, I do not even know how I have to use certain tools for the job, and how to take up the transition. The only thing that the boss has mentioned is take your time, no matter what. Even if you take 10 days, even if you take 15 days, it's fine. Give me a product with quality. And when he trusted me, I took up the responsibility in a more deeper way, that I started to learn. I started to push myself in a way, like a person is really trusting me, how much of great results that I can be able to show. Similarly, this is the way also with the life. So even when I wanted to go for masters, like I just said, my dad, just trust me. That's it. He never involved in any step. He only have mentioned always one thing. There is no right or wrong. In any given situation, I will be there with you, no matter what. You choose your life and decide on yourself in which direction you wanted to go, but only keep studying, with certain conditions as well, because a kid has to grow in a proper way as well, and that's the right of the parent as well, right? So this is what I see, like when it comes to trust, when we keep trusting the people, it is in a way meant that it's not that we are benefiting, but at the same time how other person is also, like transforming themselves in a beautiful way. So thank you so much, Ranjani ji, for giving me this opportunity to speak. So yeah, thank you.
Beautiful, Nilima. Beautiful highlighting the two instances from your own personal life. Yes, sometimes when you leave people alone and leave them, give them an opportunity to explore and do it, I think you can be sure that quality will be delivered. Than being a micromanager, be hands free and give them the total responsibility and the freedom to pursue in their own way. I think the product, whatever it is, developed will be of very high quality. That is very true. And it is also very hard for people who are always coming from judging or lack of trust mentality. It is not that easy to suddenly say, let me just trust everything. It is not possible also, because it is their own personal experience, the obstacles that they have faced will not allow them to jump and readily accept these concepts. But slowly, with time, you can get there, is my belief. It is possible. It is possible to trust everything, but it takes time. So keep working on it. One day, everything will become magical. So, friends, anybody else would like to share anything? Or else we can conclude the session here. Very well. So, Nilima, any announcements for evening or anything?
Yes, thank you, Ranjani ji. First of all, just 1 second. I will.
Mariam has raised her hand.
Yes, Mariam, please go ahead.
Hi, ma'am.
Hello, Mariam. Am I
How?
pronouncing your name correct?
Yeah, you're pronouncing my name correctly. Hi,
Oh,
ma'am. Nirma. How are you both?
good, good. Very
I
good.
just I just want to thank you for the session. And the reason I joined this session was I was wondering because I struggle trusting people, and I was like, maybe I need to listen to the session. It might help. And Master Sara's personal experience did help me in understanding that maybe I need to do some inner work. If my relationships are not going as I want them, it means that I'm not in a good relationship with myself. So I just wanted to thank you all for your sharings. It really helped me in understanding.
Mariam, you're most welcome, and I'm so glad that this sharing has helped you. I have to say that, many times I was skeptical to share, but then recently I got a vocal cord infection, and I reached out to some of, the healers out there, and they told me that there are things that I'm not saying, there are things that I'm not sharing, and I'm kind of oppressing my voice. And ever since I got my voice back, I told myself that I'll never shut up again and that everything I feel like saying, I will say. So I'm so happy that what I shared with you meant something and maybe helped you. And I will continue to share, and I hope to always hear from you as well.
Thank you so much. Thank you.
Thank you, Mariam. Thank you for coming up and expressing. Like I said, not just you, many of us have that problem. We will not completely trust, or it is very difficult for us to just accept and trust anybody. It is not possible. So, like Sarah says, first learn to trust yourself. Self love, self care, self trust is the start. That is the key. From there, you work on that, and slowly it will transform by allowing you to trust the others around you. It will happen.
Ma'am, I
I wish
also
you the best.
thank you so much, ma'am. One more thing I would like to add. Sometimes we do trust, but we trust in very unhealthy ways.
Mm-hmm.
And that trust ends up harming us more than protecting us or making us feel safe. So because I think we are not in a good relationship with ourselves, we don't understand, uh, we don't make boundaries, we don't protect ourselves, we don't understand that other person is not as important as we are. We place a lot of that's, I think it's social conditioning also, that you value others more than you value yourself, and then
So
you
true.
start
So
trusting in
true.
unhealthy ways, maybe, if
So
that's.
true. One more thing, like Nilima said, I think if we drop the expectations from ourselves as well as others to some extent, not completely drop, but at least lower our
Mm,
expectations and see how it goes, that also will help. Because the more you expect from others, then you get disappointed, you feel like trust is broken. So it is better to try and see if we can lower expectations of the self and the others.
yes, ma'am, you're right. Thank you so
That
much.
also will help. Very good. Anybody else, friends?
Not, I think it's just a small update.
Yes.
So we will keep updating about 6 p.m. session in the WhatsApp group. However, friends, we are having this 21 days of meditation session, which is combined by 3 platforms here. And there is wisdom sharing on Arcturians at 8 p.m. Germany time. So the details have been also shared in WhatsApp. So let us all connect for evening session. So thanks a lot. Thank you so much, Masters.
Thank you, Nilima. Dear masters, wish you all a wonderful day or evening, wherever you're logging in from. And we'll connect in another session in the evening or tomorrow morning. Always stay happy, healthy, and peaceful. Keep smiling, folks. Thank you so much.